For my MAE 52 final project, I chose to make a spaceship of my own design called the Firestar. Though I've drawn and sketched this ship multiple times, the images I referenced for the model came from a game, Galactic Civilizations 3, that lets you build your own ships. The final model was made out of 27 parts, 19 of which were dedicated to the 5 different turret models. By patterning and mirroring these parts, I was able to create a final ship with a total of 857 turrets with full range of motion. This included recoil, and all of this only cost me about 120 hours of work. The turret's motions were restricted with angle restriction mates, while the recoil was performed with a slot mate as demonstrated. I started the project by taking screenshots of the ship in the game, obtaining front, top, and side views. I then sketched on top of these views to obtain the corresponding profiles, which I referenced when building the ship. I started with the front helm using a lot of lofts, where I learned of the many difficulties and intricacies they contain. As I moved on to the rest of the body, I discovered that lofts were simply not enough for the more complicated sections, and had to start using 3D sketches and build surfaces. These 3D sketches and surfaces proved to be extremely challenging to work with. Much of my time was spent learning their subtleties and how to manipulate them. I also had to use surfaces when it came to coloring the Firestar. I built it life-size, so it stretches about 800 meters long, and this meant that any decal I wanted to use became highly pixelated. So, I hand-drew all of the different shapes that are colored, using surface extrudes, offset surfaces, and trim surfaces to obtain the detailed shapes. For the simulation, I chose to show what would happen if the Firestar were to approach a planet's gravitational field. I calculated the weight of the wing cap and put a corresponding force on the end of the wing. The wing rather decidedly broke. And so concludes my 120-hour MAE 52 final project.